Om Shanti. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome to another Yoga Small Talk, and we continue with 7 minutes Bhagavad Gita a day. We continue with the teachings of verse 18 of chapter 4. He who seeth in action, and action in inaction, he is wise among men. He is a yogi and performer of all actions. So we were reading Swami Shivananda's commentary, and we were saying Swami Shivananda explains to us clearly that whether we are active or not in terms of yoga has nothing to do with whether the body is physically active or not. It has to do with the sense of agency. If I am doing things, thinking I am the doer, then I am active, and active in all senses. If I am physically doing things, thinking I am not the doer, it's not thinking, it's realization, it's not intellectual. Realizing I am not the doer, the body is acting because of the qualities of nature, then no matter what the body is doing, I am not active. And this is inaction in action. So I am inactive, although acting. On the other hand, if I sit very, very, very still, but in my mind, I think, I am meditating so nicely. I managed not to move for 5 minutes. I'm such a great yogi. You see where it's going. Although my body is not active, there is inaction physically, I am very, very active in terms of yoga. So this is action in inaction. Swami Shivananda is telling us, the restless mind will ever be doing actions even though one sits quietly. So whether the body is still or not, the mind is running. Actions of the mind are real action. This is the emphasis in yoga. And Swami Shivananda quotes to us what we saw in chapter 3, verse 5. Nor can anyone even for one moment remain really actionless, for helplessly is everyone driven to action by the qualities of nature. So we said that even when we sit down and externally we look inactive, there are so many things going inside us to sustain the body alive. We're breathing, the heart is pumping, the blood is going in the blood vessels, the digestion system is going, metabolism everywhere. So many things are happening. But am I the body? Or did I realize that I am not the body? As long as I am identifying with the body-mind senses complex, as long as I'm saying, I am sitting still, I am active. This is the point here. Swami Shivananda continues, inaction also includes a feeling of egoism. The inactive man says, I sit quietly, I do nothing. Inaction, like action, is wrongly attributed to the self. So, in yoga, the term egoism is not just being selfish as we use this word in the day-to-day life. In yoga, we can differentiate selfishness from egoism. So, when we're doing something selflessly, I'm doing something for the benefit of someone else. Ultimately, by the way, yoga tells us, and also psychology, we will always be looking for some benefit, because as long as I'm identifying with the body-mind senses complex, I will strive to be happy. So this volunteering, this doing something for the benefit of someone else without having a direct benefit for me, in some way will make me happy or satisfied. Otherwise, if I'm a normal person, I would not do it. But I can act, let's say, mostly selflessly, and therefore I'm not selfish. I am giving my time, I'm giving my energy, I'm giving knowledge for the benefit of others without expecting something in direct return. So this is not being selfish. Now, when we talk about it in day-to-day language, selfishness and egoism is very close, because being egoistic is being all about me, me, me. My, I. But in yoga, egoism, especially in this context, means identifying myself with the body, mind, sense complex, meaning I have an individual identity which is associated with a specific name and form, and I identify with it completely. This is egoism here. It's not to say whether you are kind or not. You might be very, very, very kind, and in yoga still be egoistic. This is what Swami Shivananda tells us. The feeling of egoism, saying I sit quietly, I do nothing. This in yoga is egoism, because there is the I, and I identify with it through the name and the form of the body. And once this identification is there is no possibility to be inactive, meaning there is no way for me to follow the path of inaction. I can study it, yes, it will help me purify, it will help me get inspired, it will give me the bigger picture, but I cannot practice because I don't have this realization. So this is why even when we are not active, we are active. And if we go back for a minute to Arjuna's predicament, even if he doesn't fight and sit in the forest for meditation, sitting still the whole day, he will still be very, very, very active, because he will be thinking of himself as the body and mind, avoiding the fight to save his friends and family. Mine, I and mine will still be there, so the knowledge is not there. And this is the message here, and this topic continues in the next few verses. We will review them in the next video. Please join us. Om Shanti.